Hello, everyone. Welcome to my coronavirus pep talk. How are you doing? Are you washing your hands a lot? If you're like me, washing your hands a lot, you probably have chapped or dry skin. So let me introduce to you my very good friend, Bag Balm. You know, when I was a little kid, third, fourth, fifth grade, and so forth, in Kansas, the cold winters, my hands would get so dry, my fingers would crack and bleed. I'd have to wear Band-Aids on my fingertips. Like Michael Jackson, went to the doctors, nothing really helped. Finally, someday, somebody said to me, hey, you need some Bag Balm. I said, what's that? I said, give it a try. This is the best stuff ever for dry or chapped skin. I haven't had any problems since I started using Bag Balm. So you can pick some up at CVS or Walgreens or order it online. It's good stuff. Well, what other changes have you made? Well, I've made a change recently, but rather than tell you, I think maybe I should show you. So hold on, I'll be right back.
Hi there, looks like we're on to the mask level now, so make sure that you get your mask and you wear it outside all the time.
I'm just kidding. But so masks are now being recommended. Should you wear a mask? Lots of people want to talk about the benefits of it, but I want to ask the question, and this is the main point I want to make here. What's the cost? Used to be when you made a decision, you put all the benefits on one side of a sheet of paper and you listed all the liabilities on the other side of the paper. And then you kind of like had to decide were the benefits worth the liabilities. I don't know that we do that so much anymore. We tend to just simply respond emotionally and say, well, if it'll help just a little bit, then I'll do it. But what are we losing when we make that choice? There's always a cost to something. It doesn't even have to be economic. It could be something just as simple as time, right? So if you decide to stay up late and watch a movie, well, there's a cost to that. You might be tired the next day. Is it worth it? Well, it's what you've got to decide, but you should at least consider the cost. In fact, isn't that a proverb, right? Wasn't there the proverb that says, consider the cost of building a tower, lest after you start, you're unable to finish and people laugh at you? And we've got one of those in Orlando, right, on I-4. We know about that, right? So my question is, don't just consider the cost. Don't just consider the benefit, but also consider the cost. So what's the benefit of wearing a mask, an N95, or just a simple, covering over your face? Does it help you to stay protected? Well, if you're a healthcare worker, well, obviously yes, and you should, right? For an individual, I don't know. From what I've read, a face mask by someone who's not sick doesn't do a whole lot. Your eyes are still exposed, so unless you're wearing a full mask or something like that, it's not going to really protect you from getting infected through your eye membranes. And usually, as my understanding goes, it's the people that are sick that wear the face masks around the nose and the mouth so that if you cough or sneeze or something like that, you're not scattering. And so maybe that's a good thing. But is there a cost associated with it? I think so. Human beings are social creatures, and if we get into the common practice of people wearing masks all the time, that's going to be a significant loss of personal connection. I'm doing school now online, and one of the things that's important is FaceTime with the students. It's important that they see my face, not just a voiceover for a lesson or something like that. That's why I'm doing this video now with my face rather than a voiceover. It's important for you to see me, see my face. I wish I could see yours, but because of the technology, you can't do that. And so wearing a face mask will have a cost. It'll be somewhat dehumanizing. I tend not to interact with people that are wearing a face mask in the store. It's obviously kind of like a leave me alone sort of thing. I'm like, okay, I'll leave you alone. But the other day I was in the grocery store, and it was about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I obviously was not at work. And so I'm walking through, and I made it a point that every time I passed a grocery store employee, I would say hello to them and say, you're essential. Thank you for your good work. And I was surprised. A lot of them didn't even know what to say. Their face brightened up. A lot of them just laughed, because they think, oh, here I'm stocking groceries, and everybody else has got maybe a mini vacation here. I have to work. It's like, no, you're essential. There's that human interaction again. Lots of folks are in solitary confinement, as it were, especially the elderly, and I don't know. It's almost like it's a prison sentence. So I think wearing a face mask is one more layer of disconnection from people. And can't decide that for you. You're going to have to decide that for yourself. But at least we're considering what's the cost and is the cost worth it? So let's include reason and experience then into the mix as well as emotion, because we want to be healthy. We want to be well. And so let's make wise choices. Where do you get experience? Well, remember the elderly? Go talk to old people, right? If you've got a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle, ask them, what do they think? Get their perspective on things. And they need the contact with you just as much as you might need the wisdom that comes from them. Read old books. Books that are considered classics are books that have been understood to have something of enduring value in them, right? It's the best ideas of humanity. And the scriptures should be at the top of that list. For now, I'm not going to wear a mask. I think it's important for me to see and be seen, but that may change. And let me sing for you as I close now my coronavirus theme song. It's a 1983 hit by Christopher Cross called All Right, and it goes like this. It's all right, I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's all right, I think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's all right, I think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine, 'cause it's not too late for that, too late for us. So be good, be wise, and seek the Maker. Bye-bye.